All right, Dana, we are ready to go.
Game 2. Just in time, all right.
15.
Game 2 of the Wood Chipper Classic against Fargo Angels. I believe they beat Chaska last night, right?
Pardon me?
I believe they beat Chaska last night.
They did beat Chaska last night 5-3, so we may have our work cut out for us. The Angels come into the zone on the far side, bring it down into the corner, and control it over on the near side. Centered up, and it goes off of a skate, I believe, and back down into the corner. Battle continues down there. Centered again, goes all the way through, comes all the way up to the point and out. The Angels turn it back in the mid zone and work it up ahead to the line. Pressured by Angus Heather on the far wall along with Tyken. Down in behind, Angus Heather rubs his player off on the boards in the back wall and chops it up the wall and goes back down in behind. Westover will ring it around to the far side for Adams, who tips it for Tyken. Cross ice pass gets deflected, and play goes down into the far corner in the Angels zone. Angels have possession of it though behind their own net, and they'll bring it up the far side and get through center. Gain the zone good, take a shot on goal, rebound is swept to the side by Lapeer and picked up by Stitsworth as he skates around behind his own goal. Over to the far side, knocked off of his stick, and he's picked up again by Stitsworth. They shoveled it out to the point, saved at the line by the Angels. They fire it back down in behind, comes to Roscoe. Over to the near side now, Lapeer cross ice, trying to hit a breaking Stitsworth, but he went to the bench. Moran is on for him. The puck comes to the near side in the Angels zone, but comes out to center. Actually goes back down in. Cross ice pass for Ryerson from Baird. Couldn't quite connect. Had a good opportunity there right on the doorstep of the goaltender. Play goes back down into the Bemidji zone on the far side. Baird picks it up there, sends it out rink wide for Moran. Moran is tipped off of his stick, and that causes Bemidji to go in offsides with 12:54 remaining in the first period.
Well, kind of a similar start to last night. A little bit of feeling out process here.
Faceoff comes to Angus Heather on defense. He fires it up ahead, and Meyer gets it in the zone, comes right back out. Now Jacobson gets to the line. He can't go in, so he dumps it right to Angels player. Now Jacobson on the forecheck. Tries to keep it in, doesn't do so, now goes back in. And Meyer now is on the chase down in behind. On the far side, Angels try to break out with a rink-wide pass. It comes to the near side for Yerbich. And Yerbich will try to send it ahead. It comes back to him. And between him and Meyer, they get it up. Back on Yerbich's stick. In the slot, takes a shot, goes wide, down in the corner. Jacobson will pick it up there. He'll take a check. And the Angels will try to get it out, but when it comes to Meyer, he puts a backhander on goal, and the goaltender will blow that one and hang on for a stop and play with 12:06 left in the first. Goaltender's name is Benjamin Noonan, the second. Right out the face-off of the backhand try for Meyer, he goes down as he fires it, and the goaltender falls on top of him.
It's a nice shoulder tackle in the net. Good form.
It's whistled down, and the faceoff will go off to Noonan's left. And Jacobson takes it. It works its way towards the line, or towards the goal rather. The Angels will pick it up and bring it out through center. Whiff on the forward pass. Now they get it. Goes down in deep. Behind. Centered right up to the line, up to the goal, and tipped out of there by White, and it comes out to center. Angels trying to get back in. They do. It comes right to Westover. Westover up to Meyer. Meyer chips it off the far wall and goes right to an Angel player. And they wheel around through their own zone back out to center. Yerbich now puts one right back on his body, comes into the zone, and it comes back out for Jacobson rather. Back up the line, and the Angels defense collide. That gives Yerbich a chance to get it down in the zone, but the Angels are able to retreat and pick it up behind their own zone. Fired up to the high slot area. Dixon can't quite hang on to it. Angels break out the other way. Right to the circle. Shots blocked there nicely by Roscoe. And the play in goes in behind. Roscoe keeps going. He sends it up to the line. Not out though. And the Angels maintain control in the circle. Cross ice to the other side comes to Meyer. Meyer chips it out of there and heads to the bench for a change. Angels at center ice now. They'll bring it back in through the near side. Shot from the hash marks is deflected and goes up into the netting for another stop and play. Now with 10:29 in the scoreless first period.
Take this moment to start mentioning our lucrative number of sponsors here. Never mind.
Off the faceoff, Stitsworth runs, skates it back out of the zone, goes to the other side though, off of his stick. And they chip it back out to center, and Adams is going to have a chance here as he gets his own. Takes a shot from tight angle, save goes in behind. He picks it up again, goes to the far corner, and he tries to reverse it, but it's picked off by an Angel. Picks it up again now, Tyken this time. He backhands it down in there, and they clear it on him. And the play gets battled along the boards. Chipped up the boards to Stitsworth. Gets in his skates, though he can't quite handle it. Shot goes right on the stick of Roscoe, and he chips it out ahead. Tyken's out of gas, though. He can't get to it, so he turns and heads for the bench. Forechecking Adams. Tries to get on it, but he can't quite do it. So the Angels get back the other direction into the Bemidji zone. Picked up there by Westover. Westover chips it back out to center, knocked down by the Angels defense and picked up again by Baird. Over to Moran in the slot. Shot. Goal. Oh, goes right into the glove of Noonan. That one had eyes. I thought it was going to flip up over his shoulder, but dropped into the glove instead.
Yep. Nice sign of leather out of that goalie. That was a great opportunity.
Off the face-off, Westover takes a shot. It's blocked by defense, and Angus Heather and Westover both are going to put a body on him. He's able to get a shot on White, but that goes along off of him and over in behind. Angus Heather will pick it up in the far corner. Ahead for Baird through his skates. Now it's up ahead for Moran. He tips it down in the zone. Angels will pick it up in behind, pestered by Ryerson. On the far side, they break out, go rink wide. It's ahead of everybody, so Westover will pick it up in his own zone and turn back up ice. Gets up to the red line, crosses over, and he's going to get it to the other side and fire it down into the far corner. Angels will pick it up behind their own zone, their own net rather, and they'll be pestered back there by Baird. They'll break out through center though, and it comes to Lapeer, that big long stick of his, will tip it away from him. Comes to Angus Heather, and he'll reverse and retreat back in behind his own net. Pestered by the Angels. He gets tied up and goes down, and it squirts out to up to the line. And they get a shot, but it goes wide, kind of weak. Over to the far corner now. Lapeer will battle for it there. Stuck in skates, nobody can even see it. And that'll bring a stop and play, as nobody knows where the puck went. I think the refs got it. Looks like it was stuck in some equipment somewhere. But it is what it is.
Things happen.
Things happen. 7:56 left in the first, still scoreless. And a good back and forth game, really. Faceoff is shot by the Angels. It goes wide down in the near corner. Urbich will whack at it and get it out to center. He's going to ice it though. And that'll bring the faceoff back down to the right of Colton White.
So Eric, those are the shots on goal, right? For the shots.
Yep.
The Bemidji has 3 shots on goal, and then Fargo has 1.
Yep.
Jacobson steps in for this one. And it's picked up by Urbich, and he'll skate it out to center. Knocked off his stick to the near wall. Get across the red line. He'll blast it down in deep. Brings around the boards to the far side for Meyer. His centering attempt is whiffed, but the Angels will get it right to Jacobson at the dot. Shot on goal. Saved, and Urbich tried to shoot one in there too. It was a spun around, but he couldn't quite pull the trigger. Comes to Roscoe, who'll send it back up to the center ice. And the Angels will pick it up and come in on the near side. Up to the near side now, comes back out. They're going to say it went back in and came in offside, so the face-off is going to be just outside the zone on the near side. 7:12 now remaining in the first period, still scoreless. Faceoff goes down in, stick save on that shot. Goes in around behind, up to the point. Shot from there goes wide to the near side and onto the hash marks. Centering chance is knocked out of there nicely by Tyken. He brings it around behind, sends it off the glass over to the corner. Trying to beat it up the boards, they do. It gets up to the line, but not quite out. It was as close as you can get. And it comes into the slot, loose, and it's picked up by Tyken as it goes over to the other side. Adams will help out. He'll get it out to center. And Tyken will go on the forecheck, chasing down an Angel player. Back in behind his goal. Goes over to the far side with it. And they'll try to bring it up through center. Stolen there by Adams. Adams to Tyken. Tyken couldn't quite tip it in. He goes wide of the net to the near corner. What an opportunity there.
Pretty play.
Angels will come out to center across the line on the Bemidji end. Get a shot towards White, and he'll stick save that one down to the near corner. Clearing attempt comes all the way out. And Angels will get it in the zone again, but it's picked up. Actually, it's going to be offsides again at the line. So we will have a stop and play here, and the faceoff will come out to the zone right in front of the Bemidji bench. Faceoff comes to Westover. Takes to the blue line. He gets it all the way up for Ryerson. Ryerson will tip it and send it down in. Angels will pick it up there, though. Send it to the near side. Comes up to the point. Westover holds the line. Back down in D for Baird.
That's what they do.
Over to the far side now. They'll send it up to Angusether. He'll shoot from there. Blocked right in front of him. And he can't quite hang on to it as the Angels come back the other way. Westover switches sides. He's got some help from Baird on the near side. And the puck trickles around in behind the goal and over to the near side. Baird now behind his own goal. Fires it over to the far corner rather. Comes to Ryerson, who sweeps it up to the point. And a shot from there goes up into the netting for another stop and play. 5:21 now remaining in the first.
Dana, I think you kind of hit the nail on the head. Very back and forth game. I'm not sure what the official calculations are, but shots on goal are pretty even.
Yeah, according to the game sheet, we're at 4 for the Angels and 5 for Bemidji.
I'm one.
Right. Bemidji gets it in the zone. There's a whistle, though. Looks like we're going to have a penalty on the Angels, so the Bemidji will have their first power play of the day with 5:13 remaining in the first period.
Well, that brings us up to our first Lapeer Shorelines power play. Let's take advantage of this one and get the lead towards the end of this first period. Build some momentum into the second. Cooking.
And Bemidji maintains the zone at the line. Everybody falls. Comes to Moran. He can't quite hang on to it. The Angels get a hold of it. Try to clear it. Won't go. Now it does. Goes between the defense, and Roscoe's going to get there first. And he'll sweep it back around for Stitsworth. Stitsworth goes rink wide for Angusether, and he'll pick it up and get it back to Stitsworth. But the pass is a little bit behind him. Stitsworth's got to retreat back into his own zone. And he'll dump it back up ahead for Roscoe. Roscoe now, he'll skate it out of there, cross the red line and gain the zone on the near side. Drops it for Moran. Moran works his way to the slot, back to Roscoe. Point blank shot. Stick save, goes up into the netting. And that was a good shot, but it went off, I think, the back of the stick, the handle, right?
Yep.
Off the shaft of the stick and
into the netting.
Got lucky on that one, I'd say. Face off to the right of Noonan there for Tyken. Go chases it down into the corner. Angels will control. They center it up and clear it all the way down. It's going to go on goal. And
good
so
shortstop skills there.
White's going to have to stop that one. cleared up ahead to center ice, and Tyken's going to circle around, give it back to Meyer, and back to Tyken. Goes right on goal the other way now. And Noonan will cover that one out penalty to the Angels. Face-off down in the corner. Angels control. They ring it around the boards, and it comes to Meyer. Meyer scoops it off the wall, sends it over to the far circle. Adams sends one in there for a waiting Tyken. Couldn't connect. Goes over to the near corner again. Back down into the far corner now. Adams has it there. Looking for another center for Tyken. Can't quite get the right angle on that one. And the Angels pick it up, send it all the way back down, clear it right on goal again. And so White's got to stop that one. Gets up again to Meyer.
Yep.
And Meyer gets up to the line for Lapierre. Lapierre shoots one. Blocker save. Goes in the near corner. Pinned along the wall here now. Lapierre goes down. He was hauled down on that one. No call there. Meanwhile, the puck comes up to the line on the other side. Shot from there by Westover. And it goes in behind. Centered up by Tyken. And Lapierre is going to get pushed off the line. And now the Angels have to work it the other way. They get a shot. That was a weird transition of play there, but it goes wide down in the corner. Westover's battling down in there. Penalties expired, by the way, and we're skating 5-on-5. Meyer picks it up, brings it over to the far side. He chips it up ahead for Adams. Adams can't quite get it. It's behind him. And it goes all the way down for an icing with 2:32 left in the first period. Still scoreless.
They had some opportunities there.
Shots now, 5 for the Angels, 9 for Bemidji. That power play helped things out, looks like. Face off to the right of White, left of White. And the clearing attempt comes over to the near side. Angels hold the zone. Down in deep, Roscoe has it down in the corner. Helped out by Baird. A couple of Angels there work it up towards the board. Baird able to get a hold of it and get it out of the zone for Ryerson. Ryerson can't handle the pass though, and the Angels pick it up and send it right back in. Over to the near corner. In behind comes to Moran. Moran puts it right on the stick of an Angel and it gets fired over the glass, or over the cage rather. Angus Heather can't clear it. He whiffs on it too. He's got to chase it back down in behind his own goal. He reverses and goes the other way with it. He's got some room as he deked his player. And he sends it up for Ryerson, who whacks at it along the boards. Comes to the Angels, looking at a shot from the near point. And it's deflected by Roscoe way up into the netting, even into the ceiling maybe. As the play comes down to 1:36 left in the first period in a scoreless game. Jacobson line stays out there with Meyer and Urich. And off the face-off, Angels control. They put a backhander towards the goal, goes in behind. Westover in the corner, chips it up ahead, gets it out. And Urich is going to try on the forecheck there. They try to get it back out. It comes to Meyer. Meyer now works his way down through the far side. He's knocked off the play, and the Angels will bring it around to the near side. Out the middle, center ice here now, and they try a rink-wide pass, but there's nobody there to take it. They do get there first, though, and they maintain control in the Angel zone, or in the Bemidji zone. Puck almost lost at the blue line, comes down to the dot by Westover. He's able to work it back up to the line and out. Right back in there, though. They whack it down in. That one's probably going to be nice. They're going to wave it off, though. One ref hit his arm up, and the other one waved it off. Down in behind, the battle goes. Player falls on the puck. Squirted out of there, right, left, and backhander right on goal. That one won't go. White's better than them. And this this shot from the line is blocked from by Meyer. And it comes all the way back to the Angel line and back up through center now. Jacobson, he's trips a little bit over the stick of the defender. That gives him a chance to get a shot on White. And he'll glove that one down and stop play with 19 left in the first period. So the Tyken line comes out. And off the face-off, the Angels fire one kind of sort of towards the goal, but it goes all the way through. And Stitsworth will have to battle for it on the near side. Comes to Tyken, he puts it on the backhand, gets it out. 7 seconds left in the period. Knocked off of his stick at center ice. Goes back down for Roscoe. He fires it cross ice for Adams, but time runs out as he works his way through the neutral zone. And that'll end the first period of play with your score being 0-0.
Doesn't get more even than that.
It's a pretty good period, really. I was a little bit nervous with the fact that these guys took Chaska Chanhassen last night, 5-3.
Yep.
Maybe there was an open netter on that one. It kind of smells like an open netter.
Yeah. I got shots about even, so that's kind of the way the period played out. We had some opportunities.
Only one penalty to speak of, number 13, which would be Polanski for the Angels. Get a hooking call. I missed it completely. But hey, it's not uncommon.
It makes you so likable, Dana.
Well, we can at least see today. There's sun outside, and the wind's still there.
Still hauling.
But it's not quite as bad as it was last night, I'd say.
Temperature drop, though.
She's chilly. You gotta love Fargo.
North Dakota in general, just a lot of wind.
I mean, I grew up in North Dakota, and even this is cold, man. This is
Well, I'll give a shout out to our sponsors. We got a platinum level penalty kill sponsor in Northern Amusement, Lapeer Shoreline on the power play, Stitsworth Meats on the 5-on-5 goals. We have Dale Schmidt Agency on the scoreboard, Ryerson Construction for the game sponsor, and we have KLS Construction for any stat corrections come our way, because despite how great Dana is, and I'm not going to call myself great, we do miss some stats. So it's always good to get text messages or loving fans coming up to let us know where we're at.
We'll take all the help we can get. It is amateur hour after all.
Yeah. We're about to start the second period here. Good back and forth game. Feel comfortable with the way Bemidji's playing.
So the Tyken line steps out again with Stitsworth and Adams. And off the faceoff, it's controlled by the Angels, and they head to our right. Down in deep, Angus Heather puts a body on his player. And Tyken comes in to help out and pick it up. Lost to him, though, in the low circle. Comes right to the mouth of the net, and White's got to cover that one up. And stop play there. So we'll face it off again just to his left. Tyken will be there again, of course. And it comes to the Angels at the point. Press it up to the line, they dump it in deep. Comes to Angus Heather in the corner. He shovels it ahead, gets through the Angel. And Tyken picks it up from there. Sends rink wide for Adams, but it's picked off. Sent right back in deep into the Bemidji zone, and Roscoe's back there to pick it up. He rings it around the other side. He tries to do it again, and the same Angel picks it off. Tyken on the forecheck here. He's got Adams with him. They do get it up to the line, and they chip it in behind Angus Heather, and Roscoe again will pick it up and get it behind his own zone. We'll try the near side this time. Comes to Adams. He tries to tip past the Tyken, and it's too far ahead of him. And the Angels will grab it and bring it back in their own zone. They whiff on the clearing attempt, though. And it comes up to the line where Angus Heather holds it. Sends it down the wall to Stitsworth. Angus Heather. Back over to Lapeer's shot. That's deflected wide. Goes into the near corner. Angus Heather again up at his own point. Sends it down into the corner for Baird. Back to Angus Heather. Shot. Tipped in front. And it goes over to the far corner. The far dot, rather, and back out. Knocked back into the zone, but Ryerson was still in the zone. And that will cause an offsides here. And a face-off just in front of the Bemidji bench.
What? About the same.
I guess we're going to bring it to the near side. Baird steps in with this one with Ryerson and Moran. And it comes and sneaks just past Westover. He's going to have to retreat into his own zone to get it. Sweeps it across for Lapeer. Lapeer sweeps it into the neutral zone, and it's picked up by the Angels. Angels gain the zone, get one towards the goal. It's tipped away by Lapeer over to the corner. And Lapeer and Westover will go to work back there. Round in behind. I guess that was Baird. Baird gets it over to the far corner, or far wall rather, and Lapeer picks it up, sends it up to the near side for Baird. Baird now gets across the line on the near wall. Stops, looks, sends it all the way across for Lapeer. Lapeer steps down, sends it in for Ryerson. Ryerson couldn't tip it in. He was all alone right there on the mouth. Another shot. That one stopped in front, right loose in front. And the Angels will pick it up, and they're going to fire it all the way down. Once again, they go right on goal, so there's no icing. White sends it up ahead for Lapeer, and Lapeer tries to shovel it out of there, but he can't get it out. Angels now will control deep in the Bemidji zone, and it'll come up the far wall where Moran will try to spring Ryerson, but it was picked off again as the Angels pick it up and bring it back in their own zone. They fire it all the way down, and this one is going to be waved off again. I can't figure that one out. Yep. What happened there, Eric? Got to help me. Comes right in on the White. They get a shot down in the corner. Centered up again. It comes to an Angel, and they try to bring it back down in behind. And Roscoe rather will pick it up there and bring it over to the near side. Shoveled ahead to Ryerson and back out. And they're going to wave this one off. Hopefully that's an even upper.
No icing today, I guess.
No icing in Fargo today. Puck goes down in the far corner. Comes right to Adam, Moran. Moran sends one just wide of the cage. Boy, I'll tell you, the number of opportunities that have gone just wide is just probably 4 or 5 of them here. Meanwhile, the Angels fire one all the way in. It's tipped and goes all the way down. And White will ring it around the boards up for Meyer. Gets ahead of him and out. The Angels will pick it up back at their own blue line. Turn it back up ice at center. And they can't get through Meyer. And he puts a body on his player as Yerbich takes a shot from outside the blue line. And it flips up over the cage and controlled by the Angels. Now down inside. Jacobson's on the forecheck there. Tips at it, but the Angels come out of there with it on the near side. Across the red line and into the zone. Angus Heather puts a little body on him. It comes to White. He sends it off the boards up for Meyer. Meyer's looking for the outlet. It comes out. Comes to Yerbich. Yerbich has some speed. Knocked off of his stick and back down into the Bemidji zone. The Angel player fanned on the shot, and it comes back out to center. And they control it back at their own blue line. Comes up to, it comes into the zone here and tipped by Angus Heather and picked up by Jacobson as he wheels around and comes up through the far side. Right through center now. He's going to carry it all the way in. Tries to deke around the defense. And Yerbich is going to have to work his way in there and work it over to the near side. Angels again pick it up from there, send it out to center, and they dump it in and give chase. Lapeer gets there first though. He brings it over to the near side. And he's run off the boards over the near side. Picked up there, goes right to the cage. And the battle goes all the way to the far wall. Now Yerbich does a nice job of chipping it off the boards and brings it up for Jacobson. Across the line on the far side, looking for a center. And he brings it all the way in, this time for Lapeer. Steps down, shoots, goes right into the pads of the goaltender and over to the near side. They try to clear it, but they do. They get it out to center. And it's 2-on-1. And they come right in on White. Beautiful shot. White steps out to cut off the angle. Does a great job, and they can't get that one either. Play comes out to middle ice. Things are getting hot here now. 9:15 remaining in the period as things are getting exciting. Over to the far wall now. Stitsworth has it against the boards. And play comes up to the line. And back out to center on Stitsworth's stick. Ahead for Roscoe. Roscoe swats it down in behind and gives chase as the Angels will pick it up behind their own zone and try to settle things down. 8:52 remaining in the period as they come up on the near side. Out to center. Westover picks that one off, goes rink wide, and is picked up by Roscoe. Gets in the zone. He takes a shot from there. That one whistles just past the goaltender and over to the near side. Tyken battling on the near side. Goes down in the back wall. And clearing attempt is failed. Comes right to Adams, who fires another one in on Noonan. And that one goes wide as well. Back up for Westover. Another shot. Stick save Noonan. Down in the far corner. Up to the point again. The attempt by Roscoe is fanned on. Centering attempt for Stitchworth. Can't wrangle it. And it comes out to the point for Roscoe again. Down in for Adams. Backhands it to Stitchworth, but it's picked off by the Angels and out to center. They get it all the way down on the near side. And Westover will retreat into his own zone. 8 minutes left in the period. And the puck comes out to center. Angels control it at their own blue line in their own zone. The clearing attempt goes right to Stitchworth. He knocks it back down in there. Comes to Adams now. He'll send it down in. And it'll ring around the boards as the Angels will pick it up behind their own goal. Along the far wall now. Lapierre steps down and tips it, and Moran comes in and finishes the job. Goes down in behind the goal. Angels will try the near side. Now they'll get it out, but it'll be grabbed again by Ryerson this time. Over to the near wall for Baird. And they'll get back down in the zone, and Moran will give chase on this one down in the corner. Up to Baird on the corner, on the far wall to Lapierre shot. Balker saved by Noonan. Down in behind again. Angels are on their heels here a little bit as they break out through center. Cross ice comes to Engelsether. Back right into the zone again. Dumped down in deep. Angels will pick it up behind their goal and try the other side. This time Lapierre can't quite hang on to it with his pinch. And they come back 2-on-1 the other way. Engelsether blocks the centering attempt. They try again though. And it's clear down in the corner. They keep trying to center it. Finally gets a shot on goal, and White saves that one in behind. Down into the corner goes.
You okay, bud?
Over to the far wall. They battle around right into the circle there, and it's picked off there by Lapierre up to Ryerson at the point. Comes into Baird at the center, and he sends it over to the near side. It goes down in deep. Clearing attempt gets out on the other side, owned by Roscoe at the line. He sends it down into the Angel zone again, and it rings around to the near side. Ryerson on the forecheck. Angels pick it up there and break it up through their own zone and out the center. Across the blue line, long shot in on White. He'll glove that one. And he's going to hang on to this one too and stop play with 5:57 now remaining in the second period. Still scoreless. We're over halfway through this one. Not a shot on the, or a goal on the board here. Faceoff goes down in the corner, and it's picked up by Yerbich. He'll send it up off the boards and out to center. Picked up by Jacobson at the blue or the red line rather. He chips it down in and gives chase. Rings around behind, and they try to clear, but it can't. Oh, it does get past Westover, and he's got to put a body on his player as they're able to make the zone. Backhand centering attempt goes right into the zone, and Bemidji clears it back out, and this one's going to be an icing this time with 5:22 remaining in the second period.
Well, they're back to calling icing.
Back to calling icing. So shots on goal officially here on game sheet. Looks like it's 11 for the Angels and 15 for Bemidji.
In the ballpark.
In the ballpark. Faceoff comes right to the mouth. They try a shot from there. It goes wide. Oh boy, that looked dangerous. In behind now. Jacobson, he falls trying to turn it up ice. And it goes to the near side where the Angels pick it off. Centered up again. Try to get a shot. It goes deflected in front and goes over to the near side. Cleared out of there by Bemidji. And on Yerbich's stick. He's mugged at the blue line. And no call there. The Angels pick it up and bring it back out to center. Picked off by Westover. Back in for Jacobson. He bats it down into the zone. And everybody will give chase. Meyer puts a body on his player as the puck comes to the near side. Cross ice for the Angels on the other side as Jacobson gives him trouble there. Stops him at the blue line. And they do get it in the zone and up ahead now for Meyer. Meyer's got a trip. And now that one's not called. That one is about as egregious as you can get.
He can trip in Fargo.
And shot from there goes in on goal. And it goes over to the near side. Down in the corner. They chip it up to Westover at center. And he hangs on to it and gets across the red line and sends it right back down in deep. 4:04 remaining in the second period, still scoreless. Down in behind, it goes to Tyken in the corner. Tries to get it to Westover, but it won't go. Back in the corner now.
Did you make a mistake?
Comes to Lapeer. Lapeer sweeps one towards the goal. That stick saved over to the back wall. And the battle goes in behind. Tyken again, battling there with Stitsworth. Clearing attempt goes to the far side, and they choose to ice it this time and go get a change in players. 3:37 left in the second, and still a scoreless game with lots of pressure by Bemidji as of late.
It's still kind of that same song and dance. We control it in our offensive zone. We just got to finish better.
Angels will control off that face-off. It's reversed to the far side, and they send it up the far wall and out to center. Pass is missed, and the battle will go down in the near corner. They still maintain possession as Tyken comes in and knocks it off their stick. He brings it up the far side, can't get it out though. Now he does, and Adams is going to get a hold of it on their line. Gets a backhander, and it's saved. Off the wall now, back out to center. Gets past Lapeer. He'll chase it down into his own zone. Turns and sends it back up to center, and it's brought to the near side for Adams. Adams gets across the line, tries to center it again, and it's picked off by the Angels there. Back the other way, they get across the Bemidji blue line, centered up, it goes through everybody to the far side. Stitsworth gets there first, he gets it to Tyken. Tyken can't hang on to the pass though, and Angels will clear it back out to center. Tyken looks like he's hurt maybe, but maybe he's just disgusted. They clear it down the other way, and there's icing the other direction.
There might be some frustration with there. Nice little opportunity there. Again, I mean, Bemidji's, this second period, it's our zone. I think we put one on the board here, we're going to send a message.
The boys are moving their feet for sure. So we got that going for us. And off the face-off, it comes to Westover. Westover sends it towards the goal, but it's picked off by the Angels and sent out to center. Roscoe picks it up there, and he'll backhand it up the wall for Moran. Moran will get a hold of it, cross the line for Ryerson. In the slot, over to the near side for Baird. Baird to Moran. Side of the net, centered up, and Moran puts a backhander, and it goes into the glove of the goaltender, Noonan. And Noonan will hang on.
The goalie can flash some leather, I'll give him that.
Face off to Noonan's right. And the player is pushed down from behind. And play comes out to center on Roscoe's stick. I think the refs have put the whistles away. Down in the corner now. Baird battles for it there with a couple other players, we'll say. And eventually, Angels will pick it out of there. They'll send it up, picked off by Moran in the slot. Turns, shoots. That one's blocked in front, goes over the corner. He retrieves it, sends it down
Great
for
read
Baird.
by Peyton there.
Great read by Peyton. And Baird's held up, centered up for Ryerson. Goes on goal again, and Noonan finds the glove again.
I think we got to stay away from the glove. The glove seems to be pretty effective for this goalie. What a beautiful save, low, right above the pads.
He's a good goaltender for sure.
I bet he plays shortstop.
He's a big filler too. Covers a lot of space.
I think we got to go blocker side here.
$1:34 remaining as the face-off is controlled by the Angels down in their own zone. They come up the near side and they go rink wide through everybody, and they get it knocked down into the corner where Lapeer will take it there. Sends it over to the far side for Yerbich. Yerbich ahead for Jacobson, but Jacobson can't catch the pass, gets in his skates. Back in for Angus Heather, his clearing attempt is blocked. And he follows it down into the corner again. And he's got some help there by Jacobson. And the Angels will control it, try to center it. And Angus Heather rolls off of his stick to the near side. 50 seconds now left in the second period. Up the near wall, they battle, it's centered up, nobody there. Comes to Lapeer. He sends it ahead for Yerbich in his skates. This time it goes over to the near side. And Angels dump it back in, down in deep, where White will stop it for Lapeer. He'll blast it around the wall for the far side, and they'll get back in the zone, but they've got a guy trapped in about 100 feet down in there. And that'll bring offsides there with 26 left in the second period.
Gavin, you're doing a fantastic job letting the audience know there's a minute left. Doing a good job with your shots.
Face-off just outside the line. Comes to Roscoe. Roscoe to Westover. Ahead for Adams is out of his reach. And it comes back down into the Bemidji zone. This time we're going to try the other direction. Ahead for Tyken into the zone and back out. Here come the Angels coming the other way. They stop at the circle. Try to shot from there. It goes right in on Colton White, and he gloves that one. Hangs on to it with 4 seconds left in the period.
This has got a feel of first score wins.
So the Angels are going to pull their goaltender here with 4 seconds left.
Okay.
And we're going to have a 6-on-5 here for
I like this call. That's a good aggressive call.
Face-off shelled out of there. A shot goes towards the goal, but goes wide, and it brings a stop in the period.
I gotta say, I kind of like that. The way this game is going, it's very back and forth. Why not with 4 seconds left? Just throw an extra guy out there.
An aggressive play, but it works.
Obviously, no harm done to us, but Dana, to me, this feels like it's got a first goal win mentality to this game. It just feels very back and forth.
Yeah, the next one might just decide it.
Yep.
And we'll see what happens in the third period. We're going to Zamboni here now, and that'll be 12, 14 minutes again, and we'll be back for that one. No penalties, no scoring in the second.
Yeah.
And so we'll leave the recap right there.
Yeah, some good opportunities, but in both teams. Well, Dana,
Well,
we
Eric,
got an even game. We got about what is the official shots show?
according to the game sheet, it looks like 13 for the Angels and 18 for Bemidji.
All right, I was right on with Bemidji. One off Fargo. I keep staying in that ballpark. I'm going to go back to what I said last period. I think I really think this is going to be a 1-0 game. This is just the feel it's got to me.
The way it's going, you could be right.
Very good game. I noticed the boys in blue put the White Sox on. It's kind of a good look.
They must be faster. Because they're moving. They must be faster because they're moving their feet better today too. Colton White comes out with some fire here. He's slapping his stick on the ice. He's ready to go.
Yeah.
Third period ought to be an exciting one here as we get going here shortly. Tyken's going to take the face-off. Stitchworth and Adams on the wings. And we've got Angus Heather and Westover on the defense to start the period. Puck is down and we're underway here at Thompson Marina. Sent back down into the Angel zone and they clear it. Gets right through everybody. They're going to wave it off. They're going to say Angus Heather could have played it. And they go down. They gain the zone behind. Centered up in front. Shot. Goes right on Colt. Colton falls down. And a little bit of shoving after the whistle, but nothing to worry about. And that was a little bit of a scary one. As the Angels bench lets them know how they like it. Just to the left of White here, we're going to face off with Tyken again. And it's owned by the Angels. They get a shot on goal. Blocker save goes up and high and chipped out of there by Stitchworth. Adams now ahead. Backhands it over for Tyken. He can't reach it. Goes to the far wall. Down in the corner behind. Adams comes in from the other side. They send it over to the far side though, and the Angels get a hold of it. Stitchworth tips it off of their stick. Back to Stitchworth. Takes a shot from there. Blocker save goes into the corner. Tyken now. Angels win it from him and they bring it up the far side. They chip it all the way up and all the way down. And they are going to call this icing. As it doesn't look like Westover was able to touch that one. So face-off will come down to the right of Noonan. Looked a little scary there at that last fray in front of White.
Yeah. Fargo had some really good shots and opportunities there.
Baird line with Ryerson and Moran come out. Lapeer pitches down into the hash marks and the battle. The puck flies up into the netting, actually out of the rink. Souvenir for somebody, and they're just going to throw it right back. He's got enough pucks. So we're going to face it off just to the right or left of Noonan. Comes up to the line and through Lapeer. Couldn't quite hold the line. Gets it over for Roscoe on the far side. Up ahead to center. And that pass was picked off and sent down again. This time Lapeer's got it on the far side. And he works it up the boards. Goes into the Angels bench for yet another stop at 13:36 left in the third period. Face off at center with Baird. Comes back to Roscoe. Roscoe will skate it up. No, he's going to hang on to it, go right wide to Lapeer. Lapeer tries to tip it ahead, goes right to the Angels player, and they're able to maintain the zone. 3-on-2. The rest of the team catches up, comes into the slot, Stitchworth takes it, works it over the far side. Actually, that's Baird. And we're going to have a penalty on the Angels, I believe. Maybe it's just a hand pass. I'm not sure. No, we're going to have the...
It looked like a slash they called.
Cage is going to come open, and we're going to get a slash on number 10, Weston Olson. I'm sorry, Christian Sandy.
Well, that gives us our second Lapeer Shorelines power play. We got to take advantage of this one.
So, off the face-off, the Angels are able to control it. Comes to Stitchworth on the near wall, up for Roscoe. Down in deep, back to Roscoe, right in his skates. Can't control it, so Moran's going to bring it over to the far side. Up for Angus Heather. He fires it all the way around the boards to the near wall.
You're good.
On the near wall comes up to Roscoe. Down for Stitsworth again. Looks, sends it to Baird in the corner. Baird now down in the corner. He gets it over to the far side for Moran. Knocked off his stick though, and the Angels pick it up and carry it out. Up through center. Engelsetter puts a body on him and separates him from the puck as he chases it down in behind his own goal. 12:35 remaining in the period. Engelsetter sends it ahead for Stitsworth. And Stitsworth will retreat slightly and send it back over for Roscoe. Across the line and into the zone on the far side. Roscoe puts it on the backhand. Gets knocked off of his stick. Engelsetter now will send it down to Moran down on the wall. Out of his reach and back out of there. And they clear the zone with 55 seconds left on the power play for Bemidji. Engelsetter will send it ahead for Roscoe. Roscoe on the near side for Stitsworth. Gets through him. And the Angels will pick it up into the zone and bring it out to the corner and put it out on Colton. And White will hang on to that one with a stop in play. So down to 40 seconds now on the power play to Sandy. And the faceoff will bring the Tyken line out here. And off the faceoff it goes into the slot where Engelsetter sends it ahead for Ryerson. Out of his reach. Rink wide to the near side for the defense of the Angels. They get up to the red line, but it's knocked off of their stick by Tyken. Back down in deep, 25 seconds left in the power play as the Angels maintain control deep in their own zone. They get up to the center, put it right on Meyer's stick. He turns, shoots, loose in front! And they blew it dead with a quick whistle. And Noonan had the save there. And he's looking up in the sky thinking I got lucky on that one. 13 seconds left in the power play here as we go to the face-off circle on the far side. And Tyken will take that with,
That's 20.
we have Ryerson and
We have 20.
Meyer on the forwards. Down in the corner, Angels control. And Tyken gives it the business, comes up to Westover, he holds the line. Down in behind, he rings it around the boards, and Meyer's going to get there first on the near side. Gets it out to, I guess that's Ryerson, tries the center, but it won't find anybody in the slot. It comes to the
Fargo
near
did.
side. Penalty's
Fargo.
expired. Bemidji maintains control deep in the Angels zone. Angels pick it up in the near corner though, and they chip it up to the wall. Lapierre steps down, he swats at it. Can't hang the line though, and they come the other way. Westover gets a hold of it in his own zone, turns it up ice. He's pestered by another player, and he shovels it ahead right into a player break here now for the Angels. He stops in the slot, gathers it up, sends it in on White. White's able to stop that one and cover it up for a stop and play with 10:40 left in the third. That one looked dangerous. For some reason, that player held up right at the high circle and decided to fire one from there rather than make a move on White.
I think he was trying to read the defensive player and throw him for a little loop there.
Off the faceoff, Yurvich carries it out of the zone. It's knocked off of his stick and goes to the far side. Down in again, Engelsetter has it on his far corner, and he reverses behind the net. And he's going to carry it right up through center. Knocked off of his stick to Roscoe. He'll send it out to center, and the Angels will put another one on goal as White stick saves that one over to the far side. Meyer will pick it up there, and he'll shovel up ahead for Jacobson. Tipped just past the red line, so it won't be icing, but it'll be picked up by the Angels anyway. Down in behind, they bring it around to the near side for Roscoe. Roscoe down for, I think that's Yurvich. And it comes into the center slot, but it's picked off by the Angels and brought back out to center. They dump it into the zone and give a run for the bench to change up some players. A shot from the far wall. That one goes wide of everybody and over to the near side. Swept up to Jacobson at center. Can't beat the defense. And they're stopped at the blue line with Meyer. And back on the Angels' stick there as they fire one down into the zone behind the Bemidji goal. Roscoe now will send it over to the area behind the net where Jacobson is. He's knocked down from behind. And play goes on. 9:16 left in the period as Roscoe chips it out to center. And they're going to wave this one off as Yurvich goes on the forecheck. He blows a tire trying to stop. And the Angels will turn back in behind their own goal. over to the far side now. They get it out to center. Stop at the line there, at the bench, and it's sent back down by Baird, and that's going to be an icing on Bemidji with 8:45 left in the third period. Still a scoreless game.
Gotta check up with the
Good fun hockey here on this Saturday morning in Fargo. As Baird steps to the line. And it's owned by the Angels. They get a shot, and that's blocked by White. And the rebound's picked up and sent out of there and down the other way. Back out to center. It's whacked down in there by Lapeer. And Baird will go in the forecheck. Stopped in behind. And go over to the near corner where they battle some more. Moran now, he's got it. He's hammered by like a meat tenderizer. And they bring it over to the other side. Battle continues as it changes possession back and forth. Right to Meyer. Moran. Moran takes a shot. Goes into the wickets of the goaltender. And he's able to hang on. 8:03 now left in the game, still scoreless. So Baird will take this one again. And it'll squirt down into the corner as the Angels will pick it up there. Bring it over to the near side. Moran on the forecheck there. Gives a good swat at it and keeps it down in deep. Get it up the wall. Now Baird sends it back down to Moran. Gets through him. Over to the far side and through Ryerson as well. On the other side, the Angels get it out to center. It's grabbed by Westover. He tries to send it ahead. Now he pinches ahead. And he gets it to the line, and Moran is able to tip it down in there. The Angels send it all the way down, though. Icing is waved, and it's in behind the net. Center's right up, and it comes over to the circle where Moran picks it up. And he sends it over to the far wall for Ryerson. They get it out of the zone. Everybody's going to have to tag up. They come right back in, though. And it comes to Lapeer. Lapeer going to go to the other side with it. Shovels it out to center, and it gets past the defender, and he'll chase it down into his own zone. 6:58 remaining in the period. Up the near wall, though, it comes to Roscoe. He'll have to hang it onto it at the red line, and he'll send it up ahead to the blue line, and across the line right to Baird. In all alone, he's tripped! And there's no call on that trip. And that could have actually been, a penalty shot right there, if you ask me. And they didn't even call a penalty on it. Unbelievable. Now the Angels clear it all the way down, and they ice it with 6:32
We
remaining.
must be west enough where you got to offset the range calls, because we know in the range you can't trip. So maybe everything else.
Everybody in the building was watching that spot. And he goes down like a bag of hammers. And no call. Comes to Roscoe. He's going to shoot. That one goes off the blocker and up into the netting for another stop and play.
You know, that might be something that motivates these boys to push that extra gear and hammer one home here in these final 6.5 minutes here.
Faceoff goes over to the near corner. And Angels will sweep it around. It goes right past Adams over to the far side. They skate it out of there through center. Cross-ice pass gets through everybody, and it's going to get to Roscoe first. He gets it out to center, and an Angel gets there before Tyken. Comes to Angus Heather in his own zone. He goes in behind the net, reverses, and he's got to reverse again and poke it over to the near side. Stitzworth will pick it up from there, and he'll try to spring Adams at the blue line on the other end. But it's picked off and shoveled back down into the Bemidji zone behind the net. White leaves it there for Roscoe, and Roscoe will backhand it for Adams up on the far wall. Ahead for Tyken. Cross the line on the far side, knocked off of his stick, and it's cleared into the Angel bench, and a stop and play will come. timeout on the ice. I'm not sure who's calling it.
You get the sense Bemidji feels like they kind of clicked it up, maybe a little half gear here. It seems like they're pushing a little bit harder.
If they keep this pressure, good things can come.
You know, put a lot of pressure on Cole, you get a diamond.
Eric, what are the shots?
I got about 24-20. I'm not sure what the official number is. We'll see if I stay in my ballpark, but
officially, it's coming closer here. Angels got 19.
Nope, one off there.
For 24 for Bemidji.
Right on Bemidji.
How'd you miss
I think I got Dana believing in my shot counting ability.
Well, let's not go that far.
Hey, there's always dreams. Well, I got to say, this has been a fun game to watch. Good,
Really
back
good
and
hockey,
forth
yeah.
action. I think this afternoon is going to be very similar. I would imagine Chaska's gonna bring it. We'll see how if we can pull this one off, and Mandan wins, we kind of got our Sunday set for the championship. Not that I'd like to go 3-0, but we'll see. I got to imagine this afternoon is going to be a tough tilt too.
So the Jacobson line comes out, and they take the face-off down to the right of the goaltender, and the Angels pick it up and carry it out through center. Cross the line the other side, drop past the other side, whiff on the pass, and the shot rather goes down in behind. The Pier is able to rub them off and get it over to Meyer. But it comes to a Angel stick, and it's going to come out of the zone and back in. And they're going to be called for offsides, and the puck will come out just outside the zone in front of the Bemidji bench. Jacobson, Meyer, Yurvich on the forward line. And Angels send it all the way in, and it rings all the way around the boards. From the hash mark to take another shot. Picked off by his own player, tries a center block. Now it's loose in the slot area, turn shot, that one's saved. And it comes over to the nearest side. Lapierre will chip it out to center, and it'll come on to Meyer's stick. Meyer tries to get it over to Yurvich, but it gets blocked in the process. And Yurvich will dump it all the way in and ring it around the boards. Right to Meyer, slap shot. One timer goes wide of the cage. And over to the near side. Comes through Roscoe. Roscoe sends an inner stick save, goes high up into the rafters, really, if you can call them that. And that'll bring a stop and play now with 4:37 left in the game and no score on the clock.
Only done it a couple times.
These goaltenders are playing a fantastic
Yes,
game on
they are.
both sides, really.
Goaltenders, what do you mean?
The guys in goal. Angels pick it out through center, and they dump it in down deep into the Bemidji zone. Roscoe's going to get there first. He fires it around for Moran. Right ahead of him, though, comes to the end of the slot. And the Angels take a shot, goes off the pipe. Back out to center, and they play catch at the blue line. It comes to Baird on the far side. He's got room, being pestered, though. And he's being held up. And the puck's going to come in the near side for Roscoe. Another shot. That one's deflected wide. Down in behind. It's going to come in. Let's see what's going to happen here. Baird's going to get a hold of it, trying to clear it. That's Ryerson, rather. He's trying to get it to Baird. But the Angels will control down in the corner, and they'll shovel it to the near side. Up the near wall. They get around. No, they don't get around Moran. They get it up to the point, though. And between Moran and Roscoe, they hold it in. Shot towards the goal, gets kicked to the corner, and they'll pick it up there. Fired to the other side, and the clearing attempt comes right to Roscoe. As he's got some pressure from behind, he sweeps it over to the center ice, and Moran is able to get it ahead for Baird. Baird's all alone in there on the near side. He's going to skate it back up and turn and dump it in deep. Won't go, though. This time a shot from Roscoe will go wide. It's deflected, and the Angels will just fire it back out of there and ice it yet again.
That was quite the opportunity for the Angels. They had a really nice shot, but A little puck luck on our end. Went off the pipe, so face off in our zone. Let's get one here and let's close this thing down.
Fans are into it. Tyken at the dot. Goes down into the corner. Adams right up to the mouth. Backhands it. Comes to Stitchworth. Still loose in front. Can't get it. Can't get a good shot. Comes to Adams back in the corner. Works his way over to the area behind the net. Goes down to the corner again. Stitchworth steps down. Comes up for Lapeer. Lapeer can't quite hang on to it. Goes into the neutral ice, and Westover comes over to help out. Reverses up to the red line, and the Angels will pick it up there. And Stitchworth will stop him at the red line. Battle along the near boards, pops out of there. It's going to go rink wide. And Westover will retrieve it over on his far wall. Back in behind for Lapeer. Lapeer now fired all the way ahead, comes to Adams. Gets just through him. We got two players in there. Adams is going to get to it first. And he beats the player, gets it up in center. Pops up in the air. And it comes to Stitchworth. Stitchworth goes to the corner, fires it up for Roscoe at the point. D to D for Engelsetter. He shoots. Walker save, goes in behind. Now the Angels will clear it out, but Roscoe holds it, but now they get it out. Skate across the blue line. They drop past, shot from there, and that's a pad save by White over to the near side. Tipped out of there by Stitchworth, and they knock it back in, offside, and that'll bring a face-off out of the zone with 1:39 left in the game, still scoreless.
Fantastic back and forth action here. This is just fun to watch. Throw some thumbs up for this game.
Everybody on the ice is giving it their 100% here. And Baird will come to the dot again. He's going to work it through, and he's going to keep it. And Moran will skate up ahead and gain control. Send it over for Roscoe. Goes off of his stick a little weird. He's able to catch up to it and send it in deep. He gives chase all the way down in there. And Jacobson will get a hold of it on the near wall and work it over towards the goal. Moran now over for Engelsetter on the far side at center. Turns it up ice, sends it in on the Angels defense. Now he'll keep it in the zone and send it down along the board. Moran now has it, turns up through the slot, shoots from there. It's blocked and deflected down into the corner. Up the wall now for Moran again. And bodies are going all over the place. Angels pick it up, they send it over to the other side behind the net. Goes over to the far side. And Jacobson's able to maintain the zone and get it back in deep. 46 seconds left in the game. Still scoreless as the battle comes to the other side. Lapeer now takes a shot. That one's blocked in front. Engelsetter gets it back over to Lapeer, and it goes back in the wall on the other side now. The clearing attempt comes to Engelsetter. He holds the line. He shoots one towards the goal, and he's held up as he's trying to get a hold of it. All kinds of holding. And now they're going to call it on Bemidji. Maintain control. The Angels maintain control, and now Bemidji's going to get a penalty for a hold. And I think it's going to be on Engelsetter. With 12 seconds left in the scoreless game. Unbelievable.
Yeah, when you consider everything they've kind of let go, and Evan was getting held there.
So that penalty will carry over into the overtime, should there be one. Fire shot from the point, that's blocked by Baird, comes out to center, and the clock will run out on regulation.
Well, they're going to end
So
in a
they're going to
tie.
end it in a tie.
Yep. We're going to end this game in a tie, unfortunately, so that brings Bemidji to 1-0-1. We had a brief 13-second Northern Amusement penalty kill. So this makes tonight's game against Chaska a little bit more crucial.
And I'm surprised that Bemidji
So
didn't.
we win this, we should be championship Sunday. But good game here. Fargo played a really good game. Their goalie was on fire. Colty was on fire. A lot of good back and forth hockey. So happy to watch that all day. So hopefully we get a similar game tonight. Maybe Bemidji just kind of ekes one out 2-0 or something. So
that was a really hard-fought game there. As the evening game now is, I believe, 6:15.
6:15. Yep. Chaska Chanhassen, here we come.
And that will be at the Cornerstone Arena.
What a great moment! It looks like both full teams are at center ice meeting. Hard to argue when you fight that hard against each other, and you got to pay your respects. So we thank our sponsors: Lapeer Shorelines, Northern Amusement, Ryerson Construction, KLS Construction, Stitchworth Meats, and Dale Schmidt Agency. We will see you later tonight, 6:15. Chaska Chanhassen. Should be a good one. Thanks for tuning in. Throw some thumbs up. Thanks to Gavin for being here. KLS Construction sponsors Gavin. Thanks to the voice of the North, calling a great game as he always does.
That made my mind go crazy.
He's a modern day Sinatra, I tell you what.
Okay, I hope I don't.
And we will see you later tonight.
Before it gets too deep, we'll sign off there and see you at 6:15, folks. Good night.